Welcome everybody, this is Mike Hamilton. It's the 12th of December, only 13 days to Christmas, so let's look at the charts. Right, let's look at the dollar index first. This is daily on the left and weekly on the right. We opened down here on the 20 EMA and closed up here on the 80 EMA on the weekly. And you can see we looked as if we were going to drop below the 50 EMA on the daily, closed right above it on the Monday, and held the highs, or held the 80 EMA eventually on Friday's close. So let me just remind you what we saw in the monthly chart on this dollar. We've seen a hammer and a big buyer's bar last month in November. This is just a pullback. If we can start to get above this 82 this month, back into December and into January, then I think we've got the potential to break through this trend line, break through 84, and potentially move to further highs. So on the weekly, we saw, this is gold on the weekly, we saw a new high up here at 1432, but look at how we closed. We closed right back down here below the 8. We had an open and close between the 8, so the gold is moving sideways. On the weekly chart we've got divergent RSI, so it's come under a lot of pressure with the strength of that dollar. If that dollar does move to the upside, continue its move to the upside, and break out through 81 and steadily break up through the numbers, then this gold is going to come under a lot of pressure. The ES has had a great close on Friday. This is the daily. So we closed above this fib level on the big picture. So I've got the fib level at the highs of 10/10/2007 right down to the lows here of 11th of March 2009, and we are breaking out the top of this fib zone here and breaking out consistently. There is a good commitment up here. We are currently extended from the 8 even, but very, very strong close. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday saw a very, very good close. Slightly better job figures. One or two other important fundamental data came through that was good. This is a very, very nice, look at the last 2 weeks. Touched the 8 EMA, consolidated, came across here, held this level down here at 1168. The last 2 weeks we've seen a good break to the upside. So a pullback to 1222, if we get it, will be a good opportunity to get long and to see if we can continue to break the upside. Look at the RSI on the daily. Still got plenty of room to the upside. So this is very strong. No need to even entertain any ideas of looking for shorts on this. Oil, we had a very hesitant week, but if you look at the volumes, we saw a decrease in the volume as the oil got slightly lower, and we held the 8 EMA all week, including the close on Friday. The close on Friday was on the 8. You can see we are below this trend line, and the strong dollar is going to put the oil under a lot of pressure. But we had a strong dollar. Bear in mind we closed down at the 20, closed up at the 8 on the dollar, and still the oil has not moved down very much at all. Down from the 90 level, we are only 221 points down. So I'm looking for this. We may see a retest of the 20 EMA at 86.34, but I'm looking for this to break up and back up to the top of the box in this weekly, and the box is here. I think we're going to get at least a test of this 200 EMA 94.33 in the coming before Christmas, possibly. So I think the oil is very strong. If you go back through the videos, you'll see I actually recommended this one. This is EL, Estee Lauder. I actually recommended this one as we came out of this wedge breakout. So had you taken that on a pullback to 61.24, you'd be up to 78.10 on Estee Lauder, and it's holding the highs. And a little bit of a reversal bar up there with RSI. I'd certainly be locking in profits if you were still on this one. 77.10 is key level. If it breaks 77.10, it's coming down. I just on this Euro US dollar daily, it's very tough to call. We've had 4 days below the 8 EMA, but it just will not sell off. In the meantime, the 20 is coming down through the 200, and the 50 is obviously dipping below, potentially below this support. So sideways, can't really call it. All I would say is the weekly closed below the open of the previous week, so not touching at the moment, waiting for a decision on that. Another tough one is US dollar yen. We're right under the trend line here. If we can break up through this trend line and pull back, then we can get up to 86. But in the meantime, the risk reward ratio is not going to be great, so it's tough to find entry in these Forex markets. This pound is no exception. This is also very tough to call. We've got this resistance level at 58.36, which you'll see in the weekly. We close right on the 50 EMA, so we've now got the 820 and 200 below us. So if we can get a close above the 50 EMA, we've got a trend line coming down here. So we have effectively, if you take the trend line from the high to the first major test of the highs, we are sitting above this trend line here, and we've just closed just fractionally below the 8. If we get a close above the 8, and then we can get through 158.36, 37, then I think we can start to get to the upside. But just bear in mind, that's contra to what we're looking at in the dollar. The dollar index is looking as if that can hold and move back up to the upside. In the meantime, the weekly, the main opposition, main resistance in our path to the upside is 158.34, as I've shown here in the daily. But the previous week was nice. We opened below the 50 EMA and closed above the 50 and the 20, and a pullback to the 50 EMA in the weekly last week. So again, really not a lot setting up in these Forex markets. I haven't shown you any other Forex charts because there's just not a lot setting up. I'll keep you posted if this story in the pound US dollar looks as if it's going to change, but in the meantime, not much else I can talk about. US dollar CAD is really trapped in a range, not doing much. Last week it retested the 20 EMA and fell back. We're at a key level here at the moment, as you can see. The only other one I have forgot to look at is the Euro Pound. Euro Pound looks nice and weak. Looks as if it's heading down for 8.82 in the weekly. Had a nice weak close on Friday. Let's get rid of that trend line, it's not telling us much. So we're nicely below the 8-day moving average here. Probably got a trend line coming along here. So we touched the trend line on Friday, but there's no trades there. This is the problem. The entry in the best entry was while I was away on a break up here on a great shooting star setup. I mean, if we can start to move back up above 85.50, then it'd be great for long. In the meantime, no trades. I think I'm used Aussie dollar, US dollar, sideways, just struggling against the pressure of the strength of the dollar and really not doing much. I wouldn't want to trade that. By the time, yeah, it could wait. No, it's just no trade. So if I can find any trades during the week for the Forex market, I'll update you. In the meantime, keep the questions coming. I'm going to issue a brochure for next year outlining the structure of TradeTheEasyWay.com, so look out for that, with dates of all the courses, all relevant courses and course structures. Any questions, email me. Please keep sending your charts in your questions because it's great to see what you're thinking. I hope that helps, and bye for now.